So something interesting just happened. I was watching a video and it was a guy crying and he was showing an officer all of the proof of how his dogs were he it seemed from the thing like he had a seizure and had placed his dogs in like one of those boarding kennel type of things while he was in the hospital. And long story short, it seems like the kennel people assumed like he was like a dog breeder and we're trying to have the dogs euthanized. And I don't know why, but Blinded by the Light just kind of sang through my head. And it kind of gave me this idea of another kind of like metaphor for this or whatever, where people are so gung ho to be righteous in a situation that they're not looking at all of the actual factors. So the guy definitely had a lot of dogs. I think he said 17 or 7. I don't know. Either way, it was definitely a lot of dogs because he was showing all the dogs in the kennel and everything, and all of the proof of how they were well fed and very well behaved, and like freaking out about how his dogs are going to be euthanized because they're calling the dogs aggressive. And like, I know my brain overthinks stuff, and I know people that have had this mindset before where they're blinded by the idea of something bad that they've seen, that they picture everything has to be that scenario. And like, I'll look at it and I'll be like, well, here's all of the reasons why that doesn't line up. And a lot of the times they will calm down, but it's just this overarching thing of like, you can be too blinded by the light, by so determined for righteousness that you miss what's actually happening because your idea of righteousness might not be adequate to the situation. That's why discernment is so important. Like, it's the one thing that we truly lack in level one of thinking. Like, as you're going through thinking, you can go through survival mode and never really get a true discernment. When you're into survival mode, you kind of go in more of a protection mode. So you're not discerning yourself from these things. You're protecting yourself for anything that could possibly be like that. So your discernment is on anything that could line up to be possibly that, and not a discernment of the actual situation. I don't know if that makes sense to others. It makes sense to me. I hope you follow along. I don't know what to tell you if you don't. I'm crazy. That's fine with me. Have a nice day.